What do you do with a set that you bought for $33? Of course, the obvious answer is you build what the set is supposed to be. But I already did that. Since I already had the set completely built, I decided to do a Rebel U-Wing because I missed out on the one that came out several years ago. And I don't want to pay the high prices for a used one now. What's really awesome about this ship is that it actually has the full play feature to turn into a flying ship. So I originally wanted to do this video on how much I loved building my Rebrickable U-Wing. But as I kept touching it, like even right now, pieces keep falling off. And so I needed to sit back and figure out how to reinforce this build that the designer made. Because honestly, he did a great job, but there's just some areas that were so frustrating. The first area that really frustrated me was a simple door mechanism. Let me show you kind of how it went while I was building. The door mechanism is so complex. The doors keep popping out. There's too much pressure across the top, mounted on the inside here of the walkway. And when you go to slide it in, it fits so snugly here in the actual slot that the doors pop off all the time. One of the most annoying parts about this build. And so I'm going to go through and show you some ideas I have of how to change this door mechanism to ideally solve the problem and allow me to have doors that will swing open and close, and I'm hoping with less effort than a block that keeps popping off. With all the frustration on the doors, we decided to look back at the passenger airliner and that Gavin had come up with the ability to put double robot arms. The original design only had two, but by doing double, it gave your arm extension a really awesome distance for the door. And I thought this would be perfect for the U-Wing. Once I finally cleared out the door frame, we put the double arms in, but we also modified the door to be hollow on the bottom. The other bricks would get so tight in here that the door wouldn't slide in and it would break off every single time I tried to close the door. But you can see the double robot arms on the inside and the outside allows the door to swing out nice and wide. Now it doesn't give a very good slider look, and that's something that we fought with. The arms aren't long enough to be able to have them reach all the way across. I just don't have 6 arms available that I'm willing to commit to each door. I put in the bar inside and I added this construction in the center here to give more stability to hold the bottom to the top, because this bottom was just dropping out every time I tried to touch it. So putting those clear blocks and a computer pad, it looks like it kind of belongs there, which, you know, whenever you're building a mock, that's really what you're going for. Now I can sit here and swing the door in and push it in manually without even thinking about it, in a nice fluid motion, versus trying to do it with the old one where every time I touch the door, it would pop off. One of my favorite things to do with Lego is to remember that Lego is made to be built. It's not made to be built exactly as the designer created it and leaving it alone. With Rebrickable, that's especially important, that you go back and you do what you need to reinforce it. You notice now the engines are secured on the top and the bottom, and if you were to shake the ship, I don't have to worry about them shaking off like they would have before I started. Not to be overly critical of the designer, he did come up with some really great pieces. One of them is this removable panel that allows you to get in to put soldiers into the seating inside the bay. And when you go to reinsert the panel, it slides up in and it lines up with the stud to allow you to just click it in there. So as you line it up, it connects. And then you can swing the new door in, which has the extra space on the bottom, so that it slides right in between the wall and the front. And when you slide it in, it has the flush path, just like the other side. One of the play features I really like was that he designed it so that the wing will swing back. And there's a clip in here that will actually clip the wing all the way back. And you can do this on both sides, allowing it to lock in the open position. This is a feature that was in the original Lego set that I thought fit really well for this design. This was a really great Rebrickable, even with all of the problems I came across. If you want to see one that I was blown away with, check out the link attached for the Fondor, which is a ship from the TV show Andor.